I'm Daniel, co-founder of Pidapi, and for the past decade, my team and I have been in the trenches with brands, helping them scale from six figures to multi-millions. Along the way, we've generated over $500 million in revenue. Today, I'm sharing 8 eight-figure Amazon selling tips I wish I had known sooner. This isn't a get-rich-quick playbook, it takes hard work. But if you're stuck at six figures or just getting started, these strategies can help you break through. Before we dive in, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the proven strategies we use to drive 500 million in e-commerce sales. Now let's get into it. Tip number 1 is a product perception analysis. As a business owner, nothing is more important than understanding how customers view your product. That's why this is my number 1 tip. Without this, you might stumble into success, but you won't stay there for long. So what is a product perception analysis? Well, it's a method you can use to gain those crucial insights into how customers are viewing your product versus your top competitors. You're going to take your product, put it up against your top competitors, and then conduct a survey of potential customers to see how you stack up and receive actionable data. Since this is related to Amazon, we'll want to start by taking your main image and putting it in a grid with the main images of your competitors. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but that's dumb. When you go to Barnes & Noble, of course you're first looking at the book covers to see which one sparks your interest. Shoppers are the same way. They're going to make a quick judgment call based on that first image they see in the search results. Therefore, we need to know what they think of your main image and how it ranks against alternatives. So you ask them which product out of this list they would choose and why. The next question you ask in the survey will be the same, but now you will be adding the star rating and the price because those are the next 2 places customers look. First, they're going to look at your product, then they're going to look at the rating and price point. So this will give the customer being surveyed more context of the marketplace. And we'll ask them again, with this new information, which product would you select and why? This will help you understand that maybe your pricing is an issue. Perhaps they view you as a cheap option that's not the best quality, or maybe it's too expensive. Maybe your star rating is having a negative impact. With this new knowledge, you'll be equipped to understand if you need to test pricing or improve your star rating, or if you're already the number 1 option in consumer minds. That is what you want after all. For the last question, you can put up a picture of your product alone, no other products, and ask them if they did not select this product, why not, and what could change to make this their selection. Not all of the feedback will be great naturally, but you may start seeing some trends in the feedback that you can use to improve your initial product offering as seen in the Amazon search results. The goal of this is to increase your click-through rate so that you can drive more people to the listings and acquire more conversions and sales. Now, let's move to tip number 2. Very important, launch incremental products every year. No brand can grow forever on just one hero product. It's not possible. In 1965, Bob Dylan released a song called "It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding." And in that song is a lyric that goes, "He not busy being born is busy dying." That line is infinitely true in the world of consumer products. If you're not launching new incremental items, you will die. They're coming to take what you've built. What are you going to do about it? Take Lululemon as an example. They started with women's yoga pants and became one of the largest apparel brands in the world. But they didn't stop there because they understood this principle. They expanded into hoodies, sweatshirts, tennis clothes, golf clothes, shoes, bags, even men's clothing. Why? Because they knew the yoga pants market would get saturated fast. Competitors would copy their style and naturally their market share would decline. Their solution? Expand into new incremental products that increased their potential market cap. And they didn't just launch blue versions of their black yoga pants. That's not enough. It would not attract a new customer base. It would only give their current customer base more options to choose from. So it may increase the revenue for a time, but it's not increasing the potential market share. So the lesson is you need to launch entirely new product categories that address different problems than your existing solution does. This will add revenue streams and grow your brand's footprint. Moving on to tip number 3, which is focus on high price points or high customer lifetime value. Amazon is getting more expensive. The fees are going up, shipping keeps going up, and every year it gets harder for sellers to keep their margins intact. So what do? You adapt. There are 2 clear paths. 1, launch products with a higher retail price point. Or 2, launch products that have a high customer lifetime value, meaning people come back and buy again and again and again. Both strategies work because they fight margin erosion head on. Let's break them down. If you're selling low-ticket items, Amazon's fees will eat you alive. That's why products with higher price points are so powerful. They give you more room for profit, they raise your average order value, and they help you withstand rising cost. On the other hand, consumables, the things that people buy every month, can be just as powerful, if not more so. Think soap, supplements, coffee, dog treats. If you can create a product that integrates into someone's daily or monthly routine, you've locked in repeat business. And here's where it gets even better: subscriptions. If you give customers a reason to subscribe, whether it be convenience, savings, or they just trust in your brand, they'll keep coming back automatically. That's recurring revenue without the extra acquisition cost. So the takeaway is this: either go big on price point or go deep on repeat purchase behavior. That's how you build resilience and long-term profit on Amazon. Tip number 4 is build lifestyle and mission into your brand. If your brand only speaks in technical terms, you're vulnerable. Customers will leave you the second someone else comes out with a technical advantage. That's why you need to build something deeper, a lifestyle, a mission, a reason for people to feel emotionally connected to your brand. Think about the brands you're loyal to. Chances are it's not just because of the specs. Specs can be copied, features can be improved, but belonging, identity, that's what sticks. People don't just want to buy products, they want to buy into a story. They want to feel like they're part of the in crowd, that they belong to a movement, not just a mailing list. If you can make your customers feel like insiders, like being associated with your brand says something about who they are, then you've built something competitors can't easily touch. Because competitors can copy your product, but they can't copy your community. For tip number 5, acquire IP. If you want to build something defensible, you need intellectual property. Utility patents, design patents, trademarks, these aren't just legal boxes to check, they're weapons. On Amazon, a utility patent is especially powerful because you can use the Amazon Patent Evaluation Express program to quickly remove infringing products. Instead of playing whack-a-mole with counterfeits, you have the power to shut them down fast. Trademarks on non-brand search terms can be just as valuable. Here's an example. Sports Research created a workout gel called Sweet Sweat. Without that trademark, they'd be competing against dozens of variations of thermogenetic workout gel. But by trademarking the product name Sweet Sweat, they forced the market to use their language. Now when customers search for Sweet Sweat, competitors can't touch that keyword. That's the power of IP. It builds a moat around your brand. It keeps competitors out and gives you leverage that most sellers simply don't have. For tip number 6, profitably siphon customers from competitors. When you enter a new product category, you don't always need to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes the strategy is simple: siphon customers away from competitors. Here's how. Conduct a price analysis. If your margins allow, position your product just below the category leaders. Now, will that cut into your per unit margins? Probably. But here's the thing. Net profit is what matters most, not per unit profit. Think about it. Would you rather sell 100 units at a $10 profit each or 1,000 units at a $6 profit each? The second option leaves you with far more money in the bank. That's the beauty of this strategy. You're playing the volume game. You're trading slightly lower margins for a much larger net profit pool. And in the end, that's what fuels real growth. Tip number 7 is on-site and off-site SEO. Ranking on Amazon is important, but that's not enough. You want your products to show up everywhere your customers are searching. That means Amazon, Google, Bing, even ChatGPT, and other AI-driven search tools. So how do you do it? First, optimize your Amazon listings the right way. Titles, bullet points, descriptions, A+ content, Q&As, reviews. Every one of those needs to be keyword rich. But here's the key. Don't just copy and paste the content directly from your website. Duplicate content can hurt you in search engines. Second, think beyond Amazon. Write articles, build landing pages, get backlinks, encourage reviews and Q&As with natural keyword phrases. All of this feeds into stronger rankings both on and off of Amazon. The goal is to dominate search visibility wherever your customers are. Our last tip for this video is to dominate third-party search results. This is one most Amazon sellers completely overlook: third-party authority sites. Think about what people do when they're shopping for a new product. They Google best air purifier 2025, or top yoga mats, or best gifts for dog owners. Those search results pull up a list, blogs, and articles. And if your product isn't on these lists, you're invisible to a huge audience. You want to be on these best of roundups. You want your product to show up in the articles, the forums, the gift guides, because when you're there, you're not just capturing direct Amazon traffic, you're pulling in outside traffic too. And that's huge because the extra traffic fuels more sales velocity, which feeds Amazon's ranking algorithm. Higher rankings means more reviews, more conversions, more visibility. It's a snowball effect that compounds over time. Dominate those off Amazon lists and you'll dominate Amazon too. So those are the 8-figure Amazon selling tips I wish I knew sooner. These aren't hacks, they're principles. And if you take them seriously, you can build a brand that outlasts your competitors, adapts to change, and keeps scaling year after year. If you found this valuable, I encourage you to check out the Pidapi Amazon Seller Club. Throughout our years on Amazon growing brands by millions, we've built systems, strategies, and resources that make this process repeatable. We can't do this for every single brand out there, so we decided to package up everything we've learned into the Seller Club so you can put it into work for your own business. Here's what you'll get when you join. First, a complete step-by-step Amazon Seller Central video course. Not surface-level fluff. This is deep, practical training on the things that actually move the needle. Account health, ads, catalog, creative strategy, customer service, inventory, legal compliance, marketplace analysis, profit maximization, revenue recovery, the works. This isn't something you'll find on Google. ChatGPT can't give this to you. And Amazon, they'd rather you never figure it out because when you do, it costs them money. Second, access to our resource library. These are the exact guides, templates, and pre-written letters we've built and used over the past decade to fix catalog issues, restore account health, unlock inventory space, and navigate Amazon's red tape. Third, and this is what makes the Seller Club truly different, personalized weekly assignments. We'll actually look at your listings and give you clear, actionable changes to improve rankings, boost click-through rates, raise conversions, and most importantly, increase both revenue and profit. Now, the Seller Club is invite only. You will apply and we'll interview you, and if it's a good fit, you're in. Pidapi stands for providing in-depth and professional information, and we take that seriously. So this isn't for everyone, but if you're the right fit, it will change your business. So if this sounds like the thing you've been waiting for, click the link in the description on our profile, fill out your info, and let's hop on a call. If you're not ready, that's fine too. Hit the subscribe button and take advantage of the free strategies we share every week. But if you're still watching right now, I do have a feeling you're not just here to learn, you're here to take action. And if I'm right, I'll talk to you soon.